Now we will talk about what we need to do to include in the launch files to run the whole Autoware stack for OpenPlanner 1.1.3. Here, these are the launch files that is required. I organize them by um, meaningful names related to OpenPlanner or related to Autoware. The main file we need to check is devel.launch. So let's get to it. In this file we just set up where is the host, because we are running CARLA on the local computer. We use localhost. If we run it on another computer, on the simulator, I mean on another computer in the network, we just write the IP address of that computer. The port, this is the default port. We don't need to change it. The town that we will use. So if we're gonna use town 1, then we need to say here town 1, and then we need to assign the KML map for OpenPlanner for town 1. Role name, it's the name for the agent, the ego vehicle agent. This is the spawn point where the ego vehicle will be inserted in the map, in the simulator initially. Here, if we want to use random selection, ask CARLA to select randomly, we need to keep this empty. Here I got a point. One would ask, where can I get these values? Each map is different, and I don't want to select any random point from myself and then the car inserted in an obstacle or a sea or somewhere. I want it on the road, on a specific road. I will show you later how to find this from the OpenPlanner logs itself. And then these are important. I added those myself for OpenPlanner, which enable the simulation for OpenPlanner. You can add a special simulation beside the CARLA agents or other cars or pedestrian you can insert from CARLA. You can use a special simulation. This is important if you want to test a very specific situation and keep testing over and over. I also will show some example of using this simulation. Then two main files included in this launch file, in the devel launch file. One runs the CARLA Autoware bridge with manual control, which runs the UI, the picture you saw, which is the camera view from behind the car, and what happened with the current velocity and the gear, acceleration and brake. We saw that in the previous video. Then I run the Autoware.launch, where I include all the OpenPlanner and Autoware stack that is required to launch the full OpenPlanner Autoware stack. So that's the devel.launch. Let's check Autoware. I will not talk about the CARLA Autoware bridge because it's included in another in the documentation for CARLA itself. So let's check Autoware launch file. In the Autoware launch file, we have these parameters coming from devel.launch and includes all the required launch files, modules. HD map loader, which this, if we have common like vector map or lineage 2, we can load it in this launch, but currently it's empty. The KML map file path is included in the Open Planner, Global Planner, and Local Planner launch parameters. Then ground filter, we receive the point cloud and do ground filter. We get two messages, points ground and points no ground. And then we launch localization. This is NDT localization. Then velocity pulse connector, which take the NDT pulse from localization and convert it to current velocity and current pulse. Then we have the object detection and tracking. We will see that in different launch file, talk about this. After that, we include the global planner, OP global planner, and OP common params. If you know how to run OpenPlanner 1.5, it's the same required nodes you need to include here. So the common params has the params which is which has been needed from the local planner, and also the tracker KF LiDAR KF contour tracker. Then at the end we add the high level controller. If you want to use pure pursuit, you can use call pure pursuit in this launch file, or in this case I call the OP PID controller the new PID designed to send message directly to the vehicle or to CARLA. So next important file is the object detection and tracking. It's called, yes, object detection. So in this file I include the perception simulator. So this is enabled only when I enable the simulator in the devel.launch, and LiDAR Euclidean cluster with some optimized parameters for CARLA. Then so you need to tune these parameters according to your environment. Finally, this is the LiDAR KF contour tracker, which if you're familiar with OpenPlanner, you know that these parameters, what they mean. The most important thing here, there is like we can enable and disable the simulation if you want to use the CARLA detected object, or we can use the simulated object. This is actually will be so handy if you are testing with a real vehicle. So we can run the vehicle as if it sees some obstacle, but the obstacle are not there. Then we can test the behavior of the vehicle for existing obstacle or obstacle shape or another leading vehicle which is not there. It's safer to do that, and I will show in the next tutorial how to do this kind of virtual simulation. And we can call it hardware in the loop, or the actual vehicle in the loop of testing. Next launch file is the OP Global Planner. You are familiar, these are the parameters for the Global Planner. The most important thing here I want to point to is here I include the KML path for the town 1. So if I want to change town, I need to change this also to the new town 2 or town 3. So this is important, and this exists in the KML folder. I show here I have town 1, and if I want to include, I will include town 2 or convert another town using Azure mapping tools. Next launch file is the common param. You can see in OP common params also point to the town one. Someone will ask, okay, it's like these are open planner, global planner, and local planner. Why they don't share the same path? Because some people want to use only global planner and use other local planners in Autoware, so they can just load uh, the OP global planner and generate a global path, and then this global path will be used as a reference path by other local planners. That's why they have separate, they load separately. I don't want a global planner to be dependent on the local planner. Yeah, you can check the paper, the Open Planner paper, to understand more about these parameters or see other videos in the Open Planner channel. So what's else important here? This is then the only specific part. Okay, let's go to the next launch file, local planner. In the local planner, first I include it's the nodes we click on the runtime manager when we use it Open Planner there. So trajectory generator, motion predictor, and trajectory evaluator, and finally behavior selector. You can tune the parameters here for your test and check the results. The last one is the high level controller. Here you can see I commented we can add a parameter to switch between pure pursuit and OP PID controller. Here I included the new PID controller, which is the main new node, new component in Open Planner 2.0. Next video I will explain more about these parameters, and we will try some tuning functions and try to check different velocities and check also the how to tune using the simulation Open Planner simulation capabilities. See you then.